This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. We continue our coverage now of St. Croix's Lime Tree Bay Refinery as the company announces layoffs of hundreds of employees recently and a likely closure of the oil refinery. Recently, Lime Tree Bay announced the company is moving forward with an extended shutdown and as a result, letting go of 271 of its employees. In an exclusive interview, we hear from Lime Tree Bay's CEO, Jeff Rinker, who shares more details on the financial constraints which led to this decision. He speaks with our USVI News' Ali Born-Vanek and shares what Lime Tree Bay's plans are moving forward.
Plans at Lime Tree Bay for its refinery have changed in the last week. The company says that due to financial constraints, it's suspending plans to restart the refinery indefinitely. A decision, Lime Tree Bay says, that's tough, especially after so much work.
We've been trying to get the refinery started up for most of the last year. And we've had our ups and downs. It's a hard thing to do to restart a refinery that's been shut down for as many years as this was. And the team here has been working really hard on it.
CEO Jeff Rinker says an enormous amount of work by their team and money from investors has been put into the refinery. And shutting it down now means letting go of 271 employees. This follows the recent setback on May 12th, where a flare incident resulted in odor and oil issues in nearby neighborhoods, and the EPA suspending their operations. These are challenges, Lime Tree Bay says, they've been working hard to fix.
We tried throughout that whole time to be a good neighbor. I know that sometimes we've fallen short of that objective. At times we've been noisy. At times we've made a bad smell that's annoyed people. And we did have 2 incidents that put specks of oil on people's property. And those things shouldn't happen. They're not acceptable, and we're sorry that they've happened. I'm sorry that they've happened.
Since the May flare incident, Lime Tree Bay says they've responded with community outreach. That's included 694 cars washed, 25,108 cases of water distributed, 229 homes visited by adjusters, 2,128 calls to their call center, and 2,006 questionnaires completed by their teams to get information from people who have been affected.
The refinery doesn't make money when it's not running. And most recently, the refinery has been shut down since May. And through all this time, the investors have continued to fund the refinery, continued to fund the business. But eventually, after this last outage, they reached the point where they just weren't able to continue to fund the business.
Lime Tree Bay says the decision to move forward with an extended shutdown has not been easy. Getting this refinery back up and going has been a project years in the making, but this extended shutdown, they say, is the best decision. In the meantime, they will move forward with oil storage.
And we have a refinery business, we have a terminals business. The terminals business isn't affected. The terminals business will continue to operate. We store oil for customers, in the refinery and other customers. Ships will still come in and out of the terminal. So the refinery, and there's about just over 100 people employed at the terminal who are not affected by what happened. Thank you again to the members of the community that have been so supportive of the refinery during the restart project. We've had lots and lots of voices of support from the community. The government has been a really strong supporter. They've been tough on us when they needed to be tough on us, but they've been fair with us. And I appreciate the governor and the VI Senate and the Washington representative's support for the company. And most of all, I just appreciate the employees because they put so much heart into this restart. They've just impressed me all along the way.
In St. Croix, Ali Born-Vanek, USVI News.
Now to the latest on COVID-19. Positive case counts continue to trend downward in the territory. There are currently 39 active COVID cases across the territory, with 22 on St. Thomas, which have gone down dramatically. So that spike that we saw seems to have subsided, at least for now. 17 positive cases currently on St. Croix and no cases on St. John. While this is positive news, the VI Department of Health is warning that they are seeing the UK variant pop up in these positive cases, some of them, which they say is more contagious, so they continue to advise residents to get vaccinated. Speaking of getting vaccinated, there's a better chance to win some cash for those who get vaccinated against COVID-19. It's an incentive to try to get the territory to reach herd immunity and save lives. Governor Albert Bryan Jr. expands the vaccine lottery eligibility to USVI residents with 1 dose and has also announced a Vax to Win USVI website. The general vaccine lottery now includes residents who have received only 1 dose of the Moderna or Pfizer vaccine and increase the total prize amount from $1 million to $2 million. Government House will also now hold 10 consecutive weekly drawings per district beginning next week on July 9th. Every Virgin Islander vaccinated in the territory will be automatically entered in the general vaccine lottery as part of the Office of the Governor's Vax to Win USVI public outreach campaign. Winners who are fully vaccinated with either two doses of the Moderna or Pfizer vaccine or 1 dose of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine can win a cash prize of $100,000. And winners who have received just 1 dose of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine can win a cash prize of $50,000. The initial announcement specified that only fully vaccinated USVI residents would be eligible to participate and that 10 consecutive drawings would be held territory-wide. But again, that has expanded. So this expanded eligibility is all to try to encourage people to get a COVID vaccine and stop the spread of COVID in the territory. The Office of the Governor launched an official Vax to Win USVI website, and that's vaxtowinusvi.com. And that website's going to feature the official rules, the dates for the drawings, and the announcement of the winners, as well as a section for school-based employees to register for the special drawing. Here's more from VI Governor Albert Bryan Jr.
2 winners will be announced every week in each district. One in St. Thomas, St. John district, one in the St. Croix district. We're going to do that every week for 10 solid weeks. So please go out there and get your vaccine. There's no need to register. You're eligible to win. Once vaccinated, you are automatically registered for the drawing. Any winners who are under 18 will have their parents get that vaccine winnings given to them. It's being run by the VI Lottery. The rules and the regulations are there, and we put a lot of work into getting this done, so I'd like to thank the Commissioner, her team, Lottery. But that's not all. We're also having a special drawing for school-based personnel. So if you work on the campus of a public or private school or parochial school, you can win too. This is an additional contest, but this contest you have to register and you have to be fully vaccinated by August 9th. 3 winners will be chosen per school district. So there'll be some for St. Thomas, St. John, and some for St. Croix. Third prize is $5,000. Second prize, $10,000. And first prize, of course, is $25,000.
Oh, lots of opportunities to win some cash. So if you or someone you know had COVID-19, loss of smell might have been or still is one of the virus's impacts. Now, a small study suggests most COVID patients who lost their sense of smell fully recovered within a year. French researchers studied 51 patients who had acute loss of smell after testing positive for COVID. The study also showed only 2 patients remained with a decreased sense of smell 1 year later. After being placed on pause for more than 15 months, the cruise industry saw its first big ship sail out of a U.S. port on Saturday. The Celebrity Edge left from Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale at 6 p.m. Saturday evening. Cruise passengers are enjoying a 7-night voyage with ports of call in Mexico and the Bahamas. The ship's sailing at 40% capacity to allow for social distancing, and parts of the ship will be set aside for those passengers who are unvaccinated. Vaccinated passengers will not have to wear masks on board, but there will be restrictions as they go ashore in Mexico and the Bahamas. Have fun.